One of the challenges that we face working with a clinical group versus a group that perhaps is more on the business side of the health system is simply the inability to take a break. Their goals are to serve the patients that come in through their doors, and so we need to be creative in how we are able to keep continuous improvement into the center of that activity.
In the Department of Urology, we treat patients for urologic conditions, anything from a urinary tract infection all the way to urologic cancer. Michigan Quality System for us is something that we actually sought out. Myself and two physicians in our department went to lean training, and we came back and we were very excited about lean and really tried to teach lean concepts and tools to folks in our area, but without sending them for 4-day training, it was really actually a struggle for us.
So what you see here on the screen is really what makes up what we call the level 1 implementation of the Lean and Daily Work model. When we first started working with urology, it was really about working with the leadership team and how we were going to design the rollout of this model, and really thinking through creatively how we were going to approach the workshops themselves in order to have everyone be able to take part in them. We had actually 3 identical sessions in order for folks to get through all of those different activities and to be a part of building that infrastructure.
So we said, who are our customers? Our customers are our patients, of course, number one, our providers and staff. And we said, what was important to our customers? And time was the thing that just kept coming over and over again. Patients, providers, and staff all value their time. Patients want quality care, but they don't want to be here all day to get it. And so we said, how long should a patient really be here? And 60 minutes was where we agreed upon that the bulk of the patients, 80% to be exact, 80% of our patients should be here within 60 minutes or less. We really felt that that would give the physician time to provide quality care to the patient, but not have the patient be with us for a long-term visit.
So our board looks at phone calls that are completed within 72 hours.
Melissa Eversole and the urology leadership team wanted each of the different groups that made up their department to have their own value metric board. The front desk has a value metric board. The main clinic team has a value metric board. The nursing team has a value metric board. The call center has a value metric board. The surgery schedulers, they all were able to then be engaged.
So we're going to actually start tracking the KUB portion now to see when patients are late.
It certainly made me much more aware of the day-to-day problems that are taking place everywhere. It's a bit more of a time commitment, but I get to interact with the employees on a level that I haven't been able to interact with them in the past, so it's fun. When we first put up the boards, everybody was concerned that they weren't meeting their value metric. And we kept telling them, listen, this is not a test to see if you can meet the value metric. The idea is to come up with problems that are preventing you from meeting the value metric. And if we can't come up with problems, that's a problem, because the whole point is to make them comfortable enough to approach us with things that are getting in the way.
The value in the Gemba Walk for us is the improvement in the relationship between leadership and staff. We have our finger on the pulse about where things are at in our area, what the needs of our people are, and what the needs of our patients are.
One thing that the model has really helped with is the ability to build physician engagement right into the model. What this model has allowed the physicians to do is to really see how certain activities connect directly to operational metrics.
What it's done is change the dynamic between the employees and the managers. The employees are engaged, they see that we're engaged, and they're less timid about approaching us about things.
As part of our Everyday Lean Idea process, we implemented a patient comment card to ask patients what their thoughts are about the service that they received from us. And it's been pretty amazing because they're saying, what have you done differently? I was able to get back into a room much faster. My entire visit was a tremendous amount shorter than it has been in the past. And so patients are making comments about it. We've seen it right in writing, and so it's pretty exciting.
We couldn't be more proud of the Department of Urology. They've really owned the process. Each time they go on a leadership walk, everyday lean ideas continue to surface. They've really started to embrace the structured problem solving, so they're building that into their meeting structures, and I only see them making improvements to the model.
I contacted your insurance company, and they told me.
Patient Business Services started out as a project called Patient Access and Financial Clearance, but it then evolved into essentially an entire department. We work with the patients up front to see if they're going to owe us a sizable amount of money, and we call them and let them know. We then help them figure out how they're going to pay that. Some patients can pay it right now. Other patients need payment plans or need some other kinds of assistance to take care of those balances. If we don't do this job, then we have a very difficult time collecting money from them. But I think it's also that our patients would be very dissatisfied.
We'll give a card to everybody who can talk about a benefit of using that level 1 board.
Brendan Weil and Kevin Doherty gave presentations, taught us about the different concepts relative to the lean and daily work, and then we actually started talking about what was important, what we were going to measure, and how we were going to make it look visual.
Patient Business Services' hope was not to put the model in place to improve processes which have existed for years, but instead use it to help surface a better way to do their work as they were developing it. And this was a really unique undertaking for them, and it was really fun to do from a team that was being formed from the very beginning.
It was immediately obvious, the very first workshop, that they were just so into it. And by the end of the first workshop, I was quite clear that this was going to work.
When we were coming up with the metrics, we felt that what was of value to the patient was how far in advance of their appointment we were able to provide them with this information so they could make mindful decisions about whether they were going to proceed with their care. If they needed to reschedule to a later date, they had the time frame in which they could do that.
The value of the boards and visually displaying things is that it's right there. I can see it on the board. I can see how many people came into the queue, and I can't fool myself or anybody else about what's getting done. If you're not focusing on a problem, then problems are growing because there are always problems. Processes can always be improved. I think that's a big difference from, gosh, I know there's this problem, but I don't know if my supervisor's going to want to know about it because maybe they'll think it's my fault. But that all goes away with the lean model because it's all out there and we all talk about it. Good morning.
Hi.
There are a lot of value to the Gemba walks. For one thing, it gives me as a director direct access to the staff. They have the opportunity to let me know about issues. Hearing them directly from the staff is very different than hearing them in a management summary or in a meeting because then I can ask them questions. I can also give them information that I might know that they don't know.
If I'm walking by the room and I see sunshine and rainbows, then I know that we're okay and that they've met all their targets for the previous day. If I see a cloud or a tornado, then I'm going to usually stop, and then I'll probably take the opportunity to ask some questions about what went on the day before. One of the measures of the employees being engaged is the number of everyday lean ideas or ELIs that get submitted. We're being deluged with them, which is great. They are always looking for ways to improve their processes, and now they're writing them down and taking some ownership over the fact that I've come up with this great idea.
Yes, hello, is Daniel there?
This department is still in its infancy, so we're only supporting a couple of areas at this point, and we expect to be expanding to be supporting the majority of our clinical areas. So I see the department growing. I think using the lean and everyday work allows us to engage the people as we bring them on and become a larger department.
We get very positive feedback from the patients on this process. They're so happy that we've done it.
So whether you're just beginning your lean journey and you're putting the lean and daily work model into place, or you become a more mature lean department where you have the culture in place, we'll be better equipped to provide the services that we need to our customers, to our patients every single day.
We're so proud of this model. We learn so much from each group that we work with, and we're able to use that as making the model better each and every day. But we also recognize that the model is absolutely nothing without the passionate people that are working within it.
When you view the change that we've made within payment posting long term, it's brought us so much back that initial investment of time, that's exactly what it is. It's an investment.
It has changed the culture of our department for real, not just in theory or in words or something to put on a poster. It really has made a difference.
I cannot think of a single thing I don't like about it. I like everything about it. It's a pleasure to watch the employees take responsibility enthusiastically, and have fun.
I'm so proud to be part of the University of Michigan Health System. As a community that's dedicated to creating the future of healthcare through discovery, the health system abounds with remarkable energy, commitment, and enthusiasm. Our Michigan quality system will allow us to achieve our goals.